Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Brandon Goodman claims he's due a refund on his short-term rental stay because the defendant secretly taped him and informed his wife that he was cheating.
All rise.
Mark Turner says he simply told Mr. Goodman's wife the truth.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Goodman versus Turner. Mr. Goodman, you are suing Mr. Turner for $450. You say the defendant caused discord in your marriage after you stayed in his short-term rental. Is that correct?
Yes.
And defendant, you say the plaintiff's wife is your friend.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that response means, but I guess we'll get to it. Mr. Goodman, tell the court what happened.
There was a high school reunion in L.A. We all went to high school together.
All right, so you've known Mr. Turner since high school?
Since high school,
Okay.
yes. Mark is, I'm not really friends with Mark at all, but we did go to the same high school. He was real good friends with my wife, but the relationship was platonic. But he was always obsessed with my wife since high school. They've known each other since freshman year. And when we moved away, we went to the same school, same college in the Bay Area. And he continued to follow my wife on social media and, was still kind of crazy about her. Everyone in high school knew how crazy he was about my wife.
Were you crazy about his wife, Mr. Turner?
I wasn't crazy. I was basically, I had a crush on his wife.
All right,
Back
so
in
you
the
had
day.
a crush.
Yeah,
But you've known her since high school.
right.
You never dated her,
Never dated.
but you've always had a crush.
I've had a crush.
Does your wife know that he has a crush on her?
Yes,
All right.
she's aware of it.
So she knew that. So obviously you didn't like that too much.
No.
And so how do we end up here? How does a crush lead us to court?
Well, like I said, there was a high school reunion. He owns property in LA, so he reached out to my wife and offered to give her a discount to stay at the rental place that he owned during the high school reunion or whatnot.
And so you said, all right, well, we can use Mark's place.
Exactly.
Okay, so you go stay there for the reunion.
So the second night, which was the night of the reunion, I had a great time at the reunion. I invited some friends over. They stayed for a few hours. It got late. Everyone left. I had a friend. Her name is Sydney. She left her purse in the house. So she came back after everyone had left to get her purse. And when I let her in,
Your wife was there?
No, my wife couldn't attend, unfortunately, due to her being pregnant at the time.
Oh, she didn't even come to the reunion?
No, she didn't.
Oh, so you reached out, Mr. Turner, and offered.
This is where the red flags start glowing neon. Judge Lake asks a critical question. Were you trying to woo her into coming? Mark says no, but think about the logic. He offered a discounted stay to a married woman he has a crush on, knowing she wouldn't even be there. That means the offer wasn't generosity, it was access. It was a way to stay connected to her life, to her marriage, and to her husband's movements. The judge senses this. Brandon senses this. And honestly, anyone watching this should sense it too. This is boundary crossing disguised as kindness, a classic manipulation move.
His wife a discount, but really you were offering him a discount because she couldn't even come?
Well, I knew that she would be in town, and I just wanted to be a great friend and provide a discount for a friend.
Were you trying to, woo her into coming as well so she'd be there and stand in your place?
Not at all. It was...
So you really did offer for her husband to come stay in your place for a discounted rate during the high school reunion?
Absolutely. It was a genuine gesture.
All right. And so you were having some people over. Sydney left her purse. Sydney came back to get her purse. Your wife was not there. What happened?
So she came to get her purse. I gave her her purse. We ended up chatting for a while. Just, just a long-winded conversation that ended up, lasting like an hour or two. And
About a purse?
no, it wasn't about a purse.
Here we go.
But
Sydney had to chat. Okay, so you chatting with Sydney.
right. So she leaves after I give her her purse. I go to bed shortly after, and the next morning, he's knocking on my door. He comes to the rental
Mr.
property.
Turner's knocking on the door.
Yeah, he's knocking on the door. So I'm like, it's early morning. I'm tired. I'm wondering like, who the hell is this? And it's Mr. Turner comes to inform me that he's witnessed me being sketchy with Sydney, saying that he saw her coming or leaving the house late.
How did I know this was coming?
So he accused me. He proceeded to accuse me of cheating on my wife, and I'm looking at him all confused. I'm just waking up. I'm wondering like, this is crazy to have a man approach me about cheating on my wife, which is insane. You know what I mean? So I'm confused. And at this moment, I'm thinking like, I think I should leave because I feel really uncomfortable, feeling like I'm being spied on by, some crazy guy that was obsessed with my wife.
Coming up,
See, what had happened was, he decided upon himself to leave early from the residence.
Could it possibly be because he was being recorded?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Brandon Goodman, who blames Mark Turner for a short-term rental fiasco.
So, Mr. Turner, what was all this about? You really had no idea what was going on with Sydney and Mr. Goodman unless you had cameras in there. Here are a lot of news stories right now about these short-term rental properties, and they're giving all these techniques to see if there's cameras in there. How would you even know that Sydney was coming back over? Because you had a camera outside?
Well, yes.
So you obviously didn't have a camera inside, or you did.
Here it is, the moment everything snaps into place. Mark admits he had cameras both inside and outside the rental, and yes, he recorded guests without telling them. Legally, that's a massive problem. Secret recording isn't a security measure. It's a violation of privacy laws and rental regulations. And the way he says it so casually, that's the shocking part. He doesn't understand the seriousness. Judge Lake instantly reacts because she knows the moment you record inside a private space without notice, you are the one breaking the rules, not the guest. Engagement moment. Would you have left immediately if you learned your rental host secretly recorded you?
I have cameras because there's been a lot of recent break-ins in the area.
Was the camera outside or inside?
I have cameras both inside and outside.
Were you utilizing the cameras inside without Mr. Goodman's knowledge that he was being recorded?
I was.
Oh,
You see?
okay. So what did you see on the camera?
What I saw on the camera was the party, as he mentioned. And then I saw the people leave the party. And then I saw Miss Sydney, quote unquote, come back.
He said that.
Yes, yes.
She left
yes.
her purse.
Right, right.
But then they talked.
But then they talked. Or was they
Did
talking?
you see them talking? You had cameras.
I did. I did see them talking. And it looked like they were playing a little bit more than dominoes.
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
Well, I kind of saw it getting a little bit friendly, but nothing crazy.
So nothing happened. He wasn't intimate with Sydney.
Correct.
Did you see them kiss?
I did not, but they were kind of, they were a little bit leaning on each other. Just a little close, but no kiss.
All right, so once that's over, you then run over knocking on the door the next morning talking about you didn't like how he was up in there acting with Sydney, and you think that he's being shady towards the girl you got a crush on, which is his wife.
I just wanted to keep it real. and let her know what was going on. I feel like she doesn't deserve that.
So how does this lead to you thinking Mr. Turner owes you $450? Why are we here?
I'm suing him because I had to leave early. He forced me where I felt uncomfortable. I paid him $450 up front to stay for 5 days, and I ended up leaving after the second night. So.
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh.
That's.
You better come through, Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner, sound back.
He said, wake up.
He said, I'm back. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Mr. Turner, objection?
You gotta understand, Your Honor. See, what had happened was, he decided upon himself to leave early from the residence.
Well, could it possibly be because he was being recorded
And
wasn't informed?
I do that, Your Honor, because it was recent break-ins, and I have to be vigilant.
No, but you're not supposed to be recording people inside of a residence where they have a reasonable expectation of privacy without them being on notice.
That's none, and my business is none of his business, you know.
That's kind of what I said, reasonable expectation of privacy. But I like it. You waking up too. Go ahead.
Well, what happened was, I've been in situations where my properties have been vandalized, causing me thousands of dollars, and I wanted to keep an active eye on what was going on.
Listen, I get that. But even in a dressing room at a mall, you have a sign that says, you are being recorded. You are being watched. You have to let people know that. So if he left the place earlier, I would too. I would too.
A critical legal teaching moment. Judge Lake spells out the core principle. Inside a home, guests have a reasonable expectation of privacy. That is one of the strongest privacy protections in all of civil law. Hidden cameras violate that expectation unless the guest has been clearly notified. This is why hotels, dressing rooms, rental units all have mandatory signage when surveillance is present. Mark failed that requirement entirely. So from a legal standpoint, Brandon's discomfort wasn't just emotional, it was justified. The judge is laying the foundation for the ultimate ruling right here.
So objection overruled. All right, so now you want your $450 back.
Yes.
So you'd already got a bargain, but you only got to stay one night.
Exactly. Well,
And
actually, it was 2 nights.
You stayed 2 nights.
Yes.
Of the 5.
Of the 5, right.
So 5 nights for $450 is what? $90 a night. Lord, you perplexed, Mr. Goodman. That's the math you supposed to do.
I want a full refund. I feel like the pain.
Did you bring any evidence?
I did. Yeah, I have a statement
Thank
from
goodness.
Sydney. Yeah.
Give me that, please.
I'll take the whole folder.
Yeah, right.
To whom it may concern. My name is Sydney Reynolds, and I used to date Brandon Goodman in high school. Oh, she had to lead with that? That's you. But we didn't really keep in touch after graduation. The last time I saw Brandon, he was at our high school reunion a couple months ago. He invited a group of us back. Nothing happened. The only reason I went back is because I forgot my purse. When I went back, we just started talking and lost track. Before I knew it, an hour had passed, and then I just decided to leave. Nothing physical happened between us. All right. Well, we know that because Mr. Turner had it recorded.
Coming up,
You called his wife Mr. Turner?
I did.
Why?
Because it's a dog in here. I had to let it be known.
Did you bark?
I had to let it be known.
But that wasn't even a good bark. That was like a little chihuahua bark.
You know?
I like German Shepherds.
Because I'm the big dog.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Brandon Goodman, who blames Mark Turner for a short-term rental fiasco.
So now, Mr. Turner, you end up offering Mr. Goodman this place as a favor, you say, to a friend whom you love. But really, it's a girl you have a crush on for years, which is his wife. Then you confront him about this girl forgetting her purse and her being in the house too long.
Absolutely.
So what was your response about Mr. Turner saying he felt Sydney was in your place a little bit too long when she forgot her purse?
My response was, I thought this man was crazy. You know what I mean? I felt like I should leave, you know, considering he sit up here and invade my privacy or put his nose in a place where it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? And making me feel uncomfortable, approaching me about my wife, you know what I mean? And accusing me of cheating, which was crazy as hell. So I immediately told him I just want to check out and leave.
All right, so you left.
Right.
So you went back home.
Exactly, yeah.
And then what happened?
When I get home, my wife is in tears. She's screaming, yelling at me about the conversation she had with Mr. Turner in regards to him.
Oh, he had called your wife already?
Yes, he called my wife.
You called his wife, Mr. Turner?
I did.
Here comes the emotional explosion. Mark admits publicly that he called the pregnant wife to let her know. This is where jealousy transforms into recklessness. A pregnant woman is vulnerable, emotionally heightened, and medically sensitive to stress. Calling her with accusations you cannot prove isn't just irresponsible, it's dangerous. You can feel the courtroom react. You can feel Judge Lake losing patience. And for viewers, would you ever call someone's pregnant spouse to report behavior you only assumed was inappropriate?
Why?
Because it's a dog in here. And I just had
I'm trying.
I had to let it be known.
Did you bark?
I had to let it be known.
But that wasn't even a good bark. That
Yeah.
was like a little chihuahua bark.
You know?
I like German Shepherds.
Because I'm the big dog.
But it didn't sound like a big dog.
Coming up,
It's a shame that I have to explain this to my wife because of this lunatic trying to destroy our marriage. Like I told you, he's obsessed with my wife.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Brandon Goodman, who blames Mark Turner for a short-term rental fiasco.
You called the wife because you wanted to tell on him.
Yeah, I don't think I've been a great friend to Claudia, and she doesn't deserve that. She's been a great
But
friend.
she's pregnant. Why would you call a pregnant woman and tell her this nonsense about her husband when you have absolutely no proof?
I just didn't like what I saw.
All right. So then you get home, she's screaming and hollering.
She's screaming and hollering. You know, I have to calm her down and let her know, you know, that nothing happened between me and Sydney, you know what I mean? And it's a shame that I have to explain this to my wife because of this lunatic, you know what I mean, taking it into his hands and trying to destroy our marriage. Like I told you, he's obsessed with my wife. And I feel like he did this purposefully, you know what I mean, to try to put a strain on our marriage, you know what I mean? In his head, he thinks he has a chance to
When
get back
she's
to my wife.
pregnant, this is not even what a great friend would do. That was a bad move, Mr. Turner. So she's upset, and then what happens?
She goes into early labor.
Oh, my Lord.
Unfortunately, yeah. So the whole situation, man, put so much stress and strain on our relationship and marriage, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm owed the full $450 for the rental property, man, because I didn't even get a chance to enjoy any of it at all, you know.
Well, you had your party the first night.
I did, but you know, he kind of ruined it. You know what I mean? It was spoiled because of the false lies he tried to, you know, claim.
All right.
When in fact, you know, nothing.
I've heard enough. You know, Mr. Turner, I will say, I don't know why you took the time to invite Mr. Goodman there to stay, only to cause all of this ruckus. Wife go into labor. Is the baby all right? Y'all had the baby?
Yes.
Was
the
it a
baby's
girl or
okay.
boy?
It was a girl.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
glad she's safe and sound.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Mr. Turner, you've made it clear you have a crush. They're married. They have a baby. And you that kind of friend, and I'm going to tell you something, that's why people have those really big debates about whether men and women can really just be platonic friends, right?
Judge Lake gives one of the most important reality checks of the entire season. She tells Mark plainly, crushes from the past don't justify meddling in someone's marriage. She highlights the real issue, lingering feelings, poor boundaries, and actions taken at the worst possible time. This is the judge's way of saying, grow up, move on, and stop inserting yourself where you don't belong. And legally, she's right. Emotional motive explains wrongdoing, but it doesn't excuse it. This is the moral verdict long before the financial verdict arrives.
And you are really lending credibility to the notion, right, that women and men can't. Because there's always some lingering feelings by one or both parties that at the worst time rear their ugly head and can affect people. You should be very lucky that his wife being upset didn't cause her or the baby any type of harm. You gotta get your own life. You're a handsome man. I know you're able to date somebody and get your own business and get out of other people's. Judgment for the plaintiff for $360. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge
What you just witnessed is a perfect blend of legal violation, emotional overreach, and boundary failure. A simple rental stay spiraled into chaos because the host allowed jealousy and old feelings to dictate his actions. The judge made the right call, refunding the unused nights and reinforcing the importance of privacy rights in short-term rentals. Guests must be notified of interior cameras, period. And emotionally, this case proves how dangerous assumptions can be, especially when directed at a vulnerable, pregnant spouse. The takeaway is simple. Transparency matters, boundaries matter, and jealousy has no place in hospitality or friendship. If you found this breakdown as shocking and insightful as we did, make sure to hit Lil, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama, legal analysis, and jaw-dropping case reactions. Your support helps us keep uncovering the truth behind every verdict.